So, hello everybody. Welcome to a very delayed broadcast of the GPVWC Formula Challenge races here from Suzuka. Now, normally you'd have two races, but unfortunately today you only got the one. This time, though, this is the second race. Normally the more exciting anyway, because we do have reverse grids and things like that. I'm Mike Pittman. I wasn't meant to be here, but I am here now, so good luck to you all. I'm very sorry for any mispronunciations. It's something I'm quite known for. I'm also very sorry because we have been on the alcohol. So good luck to us, really. Anyone wants to join in, do say hello in the YouTube. I will be looking and having a look. Thank you, Mr. Franchik, as well for doing cameras. We are only about 40 seconds away for the start of race 2. This does have a reverse grid, normally randomly picked out, and this time has been 15th place. And just to help me out, it's to be honest, one of the most difficult names I've come across having to do. But brilliant that he is here. So we got 15th. We got as Thomas Adrian Musa. I'm going to just slur my way through that one. Thank you. We'll be on pole from 15th. We then have Paul Joseph, who finished 14th. Next up, Bruno Ferreira. Now, I'll keep going through the grid as we go through. But we saw race 1. We saw our championship leader, Minek, winning that one by 5 seconds to Chris Shepherd. Matthew Marquard and Terence Gretsch with Roy Versailles rounding out the top 5. Some great racing, but unfortunately you missed it. Sorry. But if you want to have a look at it, server replays are all available. Just ask somebody around the place. But we've got some fantastic racing going ahead. So we've got another 13 laps for you this time. Fantastically around this great Suzuka circuit. Exciting things to come, no doubt, especially with quite a large reverse grid. We have got a great 25 drivers altogether in the server waiting for all the action and all the craziness to go ahead. I honestly cannot wait to see what is going to happen here. Suzuka, one of my favourite tracks, been on the calendar obviously for absolutely ages. But nonetheless, this is always great fun. I'm just checking that we are actually on the... Yes, we are live. That's fine. My system was telling me I wasn't, but I am. The grid is just being put into position as we speak. Everybody, well, a couple of drivers are having a nice play around. You might be able to see on your screen. I don't know, but there's a couple on the of Clont and Schroten and people like that at the moment currently out there. It's going to be quite exciting to see how many of these drivers can get through from further back. All these cars are equal, of course. This is our lowest level of the single-seaters, but it doesn't mean they're any less talented than some of the guys in the Super Cup and the Super League. You do get some very close racing, arguably sometimes too close, but that's part and parcel of learning your way up the ladder. You do get a range of talents. It means you can step in. If anyone wants to try the mod, do download it, have a bit of fun, and hopefully join us, say, next week, find a drive, get on the forums, contact somebody in that way. One thing about Suzuka, though, of course, we may end up with, well, and it's not just Suzuka. I suppose we've had it in Formula Challenge quite regularly. Turn 1. Let's see how interesting that's going to be. We're unlikely to see any pit stops in this, realistically. It's only 13 laps, so we haven't got that sort of thing to worry about, so we can just see pure racing action with everybody around. Hey to Fabian on the YouTube. Hello. Thank you, somebody, for joining us. It's nice that somebody at least is watching and listening. At least I'm not just talking to myself, which is the normal case, sitting at home, rocking in a corner. So I thought I might as well spend the time here talking to you lot randomly on the internet about some great racing that we will see ahead. I haven't got anyone beside me. I haven't got anyone here to help out. Just you're going to hear my dulcet, horrendous tones, I'm afraid, all the way through the next, let's call it hour, something like that, shall we? If you haven't got anything better to do, you might as well join us and have a listen and a watch. These could be the stars of GPWC's future. You might see them kicking around soon, and we're heading to the grid. Hallelujah. Which is good because it means I don't have to keep filling time. So we can actually get some action underway. I'm quite excited about the look of this grid, actually. This looks really quite impressive. And some other people that didn't have some great race ones also quite far down the grids as well that you would expect to sort of move forwards and through into prime positions going forward. It might also be worth, I suppose, having a look and seeing what else has gone on with championship connotations and things like that, because we are getting towards the end of the season. We are heading that way. Only 5 rounds to go, I do believe. Maybe 6. 5, 6. This is the 6th one. So just checking it out. That Just to quickly tell you, before the race we've just seen, or has happened, Minek was leading the championship, Roy Schoten in second, David Junt in third, Shepherd in fourth, and Clont in fifth. So they're the ones that you want to be watching out for, particularly maybe. And also in the teams championship, Scuderia Brasilia leads the way with Stax Racing, Thunderdog, TR Motorsports, and Red Arrow Racing. So they sort of contenders to look at. We're going to head off around on a formation lap now. So you get to see all the lovely liveries and all the cars going on as well. I'm not going to murder his name every time we go with it, so I'm just going to call him Thomas at the front there. So thank you very much. Thomas is our pole sitter at the moment in that Downforce UK one there, which is fantastic to see. We then go into Paul Joseph, sitting there in the blue car there. We've got Bruno Ferreira sitting in third. Patrick Gerber lines up in fourth. Roy Schoten, obviously looking at his championship there in fifth. Brian Paisler in Bastian Paisler, even sorry, in sixth. Dabrowski in seventh. In the he's actually a stand-in for Scuderia. Matthew, I think that's his debut here. I want to say, could be wrong, but I apologise if it's not. Matthew Clip in eighth. David Junt in ninth. We've got Menno Clont lining up in 10th. Roy Versailles in 11th. He needs to catch up the field a bit there. He's lacking behind there. Terence Scratch in 12th. Macard in 13th. Chris Shepherd in 14th. Minek in 15th, your championship leader and race 1 winner. We then hit into Breslin in 16th. Chris Butcher, who was showing some great pace, but unfortunately in race 1 didn't finish where he wanted to, so he starts in 17th. Watch him climbing through, trying to chase down the top guys as well. You got Zimmerman in 18th, Wilt in 19th, Metcalf in 20th, Gallic in 21st, Brambilla in 22nd, Barr in 23rd, Limburg in 24th, and rounding out our field is Koenig. So fantastic stuff there. 25 drivers, all wanting to get up this field and really challenge in a way. You do find on reverse grids like this, you've got the guys that we sort of the top 5 from last time are down in 15th to 10th. We've got guys at the top there who will be trying to park the bus on this track. Let's see if anyone can potentially run away with it. Can anyone manage to get such a gap ahead of those fast guys behind whilst they're caught up in traffic and everything else, that they can sneak a victory out of this? That's what these guys will be thinking. Imagine the pressure at the moment on Thomas on pole. He's barely been around this championship yet, and he's managed to get himself a pole position and a chance at a good, really good result here, and his team as well. So they're starting to come onto the grid now, which is going to be just fantastic. This is indeed the second race, Fabian. Apologies that you missed the first. Broadcasting issues and such. It's just one of the minor things that goes on here in sim racing worlds. But nonetheless, we shall try and help you out there in everything else going on. So enjoy this race coming up. They are lining up on the grid as we speak. We've got our pole setter already sat there, engine revving, waiting to go. Very last minute dive across there by a couple of cars, but nonetheless they are still lining up at the very back though, so it's quite a long wait when you've got this many cars on the grid as to what's going on, but it shouldn't make a huge difference to them. And it's quite a long run down to round 1, but the lights are on, so we're going 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and for Suzuka second race we are go. And it looks like quite a clean start so far from everybody at the moment. Top few have really gone on, but it is looking like we might see Paul Joseph dive down the inside into the first corner, and he does. He's got a good start there, and it obviously feeds to the right, and he should have that one sewn up. In fact, Patrick Gerber is going to nick his way through as well into second place. Fantastic work there. Poor Thomas down to third, but that's still great for him at the moment. We've got a few guys in the back as well. David Junt up into 8th at the moment. Roy Schoten went down a place to 6th. Paisler, though, was quite a mover there. He moved himself up into 5th. Chris Butcher's got Minek. Minek still sat down in 15th, so that's not a great start for him, unfortunately. Where are we looking now? So let's keep looking back. There's so much action going on, it's really difficult to tell what's happening here. So we've got Roy Schoten, we've got Dabrowski in 7th, we've got David Junt in 8th, Matthew Clip in 9th, Clont in 10th, Gretsch Versailles, Macard right on his tail as well. Butcher, who's that gone off wide there? That would be Breslin, I think that is. No, lie, apologies. But anyway, looking back, Paul Joseph still starting to try and pull away, but Gerber is right on his tail at the front there. Thomas is becoming a bit of a roadblock, potentially in third. There's already a little bit of a gap forming there of a second. But he's followed very closely by Ferreira, Paisley, Schoten, Dabrowski, and Junt, all in a nice little group there. There's another second then back to Clont, Clip, Gretsch, who's got a bit wide there, might lose out to Versailles here in 11th and 12th. It looks like, yep, looks like Versailles has got the run on him, and yeah, has it done already. slots in there. So that, and it's, yeah, very, very close in fact. All the way down the field at the moment. We've just, who's moving there? Oh, Thomas he's been pushed out there from third, he's now down to fifth and under pressure again from Paisler. But he's still keeping that fifth place, but he's got literally on his tail there. I think he'll probably lose out into corner 1 here. Looking at it, we should have the run Paisler down into this. If he can keep his toe in, he's got the inside line. They might even be followed through by Junt and Dabrowski. Looks like they are. Oh, they nearly go 3 wide. Well done for Thomas, to be honest, to noticing what was going on the inside and staying out wide, not causing any problems, but he is now dropping down the field like a lead balloon in 8th. We've got Menno for company and Clip behind now. It's interesting now that Ferreira and Schroten are free. Can they now chase down Joseph and Gerber, who have managed to get themselves about 2.5 ahead? So that's not a great difference, but let's see what Ferreira and Schroten can do from 3rd and 4th. Where else can we do? So looking further, it's all action all up and down the field. Apologies, I've missed anyone so far. Ryan Nash, yes, we have a race. There is a race going on. It's fantastic. Oh, the lead! What is going on there? Paul Joseph trying to get past there. That was Patrick Gerber managed to stick there just in front. So that's fantastic for Gerber to move into first position there. I barely missed what happened on, but he did seem to dive on the inside. Ferreira though catch up half a second already on those two. And then, which is the teammate of Gerber there, so that's looking like a great team result there for them. If they can pull this off. Joseph, though, now he's under pressure. He's going to be under pressure from Ferreira and Schroten. Looking at it within next few corners, Schroten is right on the tail there. Paisler, a little bit of leeway now, but trying to chase them down as well. Dabrowski into 6th with Junt, Klont. Thomas has also lost out to Klont, so I missed that. Thomas down into 9th. Klont actually missed the chicane there and goes straight on. Hasn't particularly lost any time, but any places, but did lose a bit of time to the guys in front of him. What's going on in the back there? Chris Shepherd spins on the chicane there. Doesn't seem to hit anyone, but has dropped himself down to 17th. We're probably going to lose another couple of places here. There's about 5 of them, all crossing the start finish straight, weaving around like mad, actually, some of these guys. What is happening here? Yeah, Chris Shepherd down to 19th at the moment, by the looks of it. He has got the inside run. No, he's not going to do that. So, and we seem to have Brambrilla without any front wing going into the pits there. I missed out that Wilt also retired. It says engine issues, so presumably he just flicked that into neutral somewhere. Chris Butcher also in. That's not great from them. He's got no front wing or back wing. Zimmerman is out, DNF. Oh, I must have missed some action there. That must have happened somewhere. Brambrilla has gone back out again, having fixed a front wing, so he's going to be quite a way back, but is still lapping. So good work for him. Who else we got then? So let's go back to where we were, shall we? Some actual action at the front. So we've got Gerber now starting to pull away. He's almost got a second lead over Joseph now, who is now behind though. Ferreira and Schroten. Wow, that was mighty close, and Schroten's right over the back of Ferreira all the way through these, and that's a little bit of a lock up there for Ferreira as well, but seems to have got away with it at the moment anyway. And if anything, Schroten has backed off ever so slightly. He thought better of it. That was quite a close battle. Where else shall we look? Let's keep going down because there is action up and down the field. Throwing his look how much he catches up there. Actually, he's right on the tail and he pulls out. But he's going to have to go around the outside of this. Surely not. Oh, and they touch. Oh, they touch. That's Ferreira. Oh, wow. He got pushed onto the inside and actually then went backwards over an anti-cut and straight back into Schroten. So that's not good for them. Schroten is now stranded and potentially looking out. Ferreira has carried on. Doesn't actually look any damage, but he might well have suspension damage or anything like that. Schroten has now taken DNF, so that's him out. I'm afraid he escaped out of that. Wow, that was such a shame, really. They both look so pacey, and that makes big connotations for the championship as well with Schroten out. Although Meinek has only managed to climb himself up to 10th so far, which isn't, it's 5 places up from where he was, but not fantastic, I suppose, after 3 or 4 laps. But that does, after all that, does then move Paisler into 3rd, who's followed by Junt, Dabrowski, all very close together, and Klont not too far behind either. Ferreira has still managed to get himself going. He's in 7th. Let's see if he keeps it going, because he's now going to start coming under pressure from Versailles, Clip and Meinek, so that'll be interesting to see if he's got any damage if he keeps the speed going. All that, though, meant that Gerber's managed to pull himself a 1.7 second lead at the moment up the front, who himself then also has Joseph behind, who then has like almost nearly 3 second lead now ahead of Paisler with that gap, because Paisler's looking behind him really at David Junt in that red arrow, looking to see if he can move forwards as well. What is happening, everybody? Anyone on the chat, apologies for missing stuff, but Someone hit Shepherd, I'm told. That makes sense. Yeah, what's going on? Everybody, hello, Allenton. Hello. We've got on here. Yeah, Chris Williamson, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's still on here. Hello, everybody. We've got going on. So, let's look a bit further down the field because the top few, although Paisley is under pressure, we seem to be handling quite well, sat in third at the moment. So great work from him. David Junt, that seasoned pro really for GPVWC, I suppose, even at this level. Is really under pressure for him, so he will be sitting there watching him. He's following down the straight though. It'll be interesting to see how much drag he gets out of this, how much slipstream. He looked a little bit there, but thought the better of it. He's quite far back still. Behind though, we have got some guys. Meinek is looking at Versailles, Virzel, who has just gone past Ferreira in just corner one there. Ferreira might well be covering damage, remember. But that did look quite easy, really, under a bit of slipstream and then dived out. And yeah, I'm expecting him now to probably pull away and try and catch up to Clont. Whereas Ferreira finds himself under massive pressure now from Meinek. And again, it won't then be much behind his teammate, which is Gretsch. Clip, we've got a big battle going on really behind there. We've got Macabre, we've got Thomas, who's dropped all the way down to 13th, but bless him, he's doing really well still to be still in points at this point. You know, realistically, he came 15th last time, so that's probably not far off where he needs to be this time, so good work for him. He's kept it going, unlike some of the other guys. Pino just went wide there, just going to let the recovering Shepherd potentially catch him up down in 14th and 15th. They're looking very close. In fact, in front of them, we've got Clip and Macard. They're side by side, and they touch slight wheels there. And it's looking as though Clip will have the inside if he keeps it strong. Although Macard really is looking like trying to outbreak him, but just more scaring him. Although Clip did manage to keep that going. I thought it was going to end up wide there, but unfortunately not. That went. Well, I say unfortunately not. Don't mean like that, but the action for ourselves. Chris Shepherd has got past Thomas now, so he's 14th. We're then moving back forwards. We've still got Paisley with Junt literally being towed around behind him. They are both slightly catching Joseph, though, in second. That's now only about a second difference. Gerber, on the other hand, though, has now got a 2.7 second lead as he goes across the line there. Well, ever so slightly, 2.6 actually. So goodness knows what's going on at the moment. We're 5 laps in, guys. There's been a lot happening, but we're only 5 laps in. So we've managed to get, let's have a quick rundown as we've got a couple of minutes. So we've got Gerber in first. He's a 2.6 seconds ahead. We've got Joseph, Paisler, Junt, Dabrowski, Clont, Versailles, who's now under pressure from Meinek in 8th. Ferreira 9th. I missed that. Meinek got past Ferreira. Apologies. Gretsch in 10th. Clip in 11th. Macard in 12th. Koenig in 13th. Chris Shepherd in 14th. And our favourite Thomas in 15th. We still have got Limburg, Gala, Metcalf, Breslin, Brambrilla and Butcher all still running, although a couple of them are quite a way back. Or in fact, Breslin has just retired as I said that, so as if the commentator's curse. Apologies there. Chris Butcher actually a minute 20 behind at the moment, so that's not looking good for him. So is it just me, or is it just suddenly got a lot darker in here? Nonetheless, I literally didn't know I was doing this. I have not seen weather forecasts. I've not seen anything. If someone has, please let me know on the stream. That would really help me. Because a bit of rain as well, and I don't think I'll know what I'm doing. That'll be completely horrendous. Let's have a look at anything else going on at the moment. So, Gerber running away with it. He's now got 3.5 seconds because Joseph has dropped right back into the clutches of Paisley and Junt. So we've now got a battle of 2nd, 3rd and 4th, all very, very close together. And Dabrowski's just looking on behind as well, going to catch up. So this could be, in fact, Clont even just behind that as well. So we're really looking at this. But this looks like Paisler is now going to have a great run onto Joseph into 2nd. And we're going to see if Junt will have them both at the moment. But running down the pit straight at the moment, they are now side by side, Joseph and Paisler in 2nd and 3rd. And Paisler has the inside line, so should have this clear if he can get that stopped. He does easily keep that around, so he has now got himself up into a lovely 2nd place. 3.7 seconds to go, though. Ahead is Gerber, but nonetheless, let's have a look and see if Joseph can keep Junt at bay now. That corner 1 is proving very difficult with that slipstream of what can happen there. I'm kind of excited to see how this goes, because I do feel a bit sorry for them at times. When you're under so much pressure, having to look forwards and you think, oh, I'm in a podium position, what can happen here? But let's see what else is happening further up and down the place. In fact, no, let's stick with this because Dabrowski goes a bit wide there, who's joined them on the back of that, which is good as well. So we've got a fantastic little battle now for the final podium spot. That's assuming, of course, that Pace is running away with it. He's only not a little bit up the road. We have got Junt, though, just looked out there on Joseph, but thinking better of it, he's right on his tail, which is going to be pretty difficult to do around here, actually. But if he sticks that close onto the pit straight, he should really be able to have him into the first turn. Let's see how much drive he happens to have out of these corners, because there's some fantastic things. Oh, just put my own stream on, guys. Just bear with me. Right, let's have a look. Bit of a time for a quick drink break, I think. Whiskey is the call. Bear with me. Hits the spot. Right, next one up. So we're going to the final chicane, and we're going to see if Junt is close enough. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry, we've seen Minek jumping the curb there. Versailles actually in 7th now. Minek in 8th, with Gretchen in 9th. So there was a bit of a change around there. Back at the up towards the front. Still got Joseph under massive pressure from Junt and Dabrowski. And that didn't change hands into the first corner there for once. That was looking good. But yes, he actually, I mean, Dabrowski looking very pacey at the moment, actually, in that Scuderia Basilia car. Junt right on the wheel of Joseph. I mean, he seems to be on the wheel, on the back of him though, in the places that doesn't really matter. Like such corners around here, it's so difficult to overtake if the guy places the car in the right places. Ferreira is now out. He DNF'd, and not quite sure why, but he did have damage from earlier, so maybe he's completely given up. Butcher has also given it up, and so has Limburg. So we're down to 17 runners and riders. Number 15 scored. Junt dives up the inside there and touches a little bit onto Joseph. That was never going to work, I'm afraid. That was always closing. And Dabrowski now with Clont right in on his wheel as well. He's now where he's down. He was chasing down before. He's now being the hunted. And Clont is taking a dive through there. That's not going to happen. Oh, he did get it stopped. It was a bit squirmy, but it was never going to go up in there. Oh, and Joseph goes wide. That's going to let everybody through by the looks of it. That's let through Junt. That's let through Dabrowski. And it looks like Clont will probably have the drive out of him as well. Clont's on the inside for this corner. And he dives in front. In fact, he's got it cleared way ahead of that corner. Joseph managed to bless him in 2 corners. Go from the space of a podium position all the way down to 6th. Oh, that's just... And just for going wide, he will be kicking himself for that as well. Oh, dear. But nonetheless, still 6th is not bad for him, I suppose. Keep that going still. He's got a nice little gap to Roy Versailles. But the battle still rages on for 3rd, because Junt, Dabrowski and Clont are all still ridiculously close together. This has let Paisler run off a little bit. He's now 3 seconds up the road, but he is gaining on Gerber. We've only got a 1.7 second chance for the lead now. It's all getting rather tight with 5 laps to go. Remember what happened in the first 5 laps? My God, what could happen in these next 5 laps? Let's have a look. See anywhere else? There must be stuff going on, because with 17 runners and riders, there's an awful lot happening. Junt is actually getting a little bit of a gap there to Dabrowski. Maybe he's more watching what's going on with Clont. Joseph isn't out of it though. Remember, he's right on the back of them still, and Versailles has joined them as well. We've just... Oh, and Thomas at 13th has just spun. And well saved, my man. Just avoided the wall. Oh, and he spun it again, though. Dropping himself down some places. He's reversing onto the track. That's not... Who's behind him? Shepherd. Shepherd must have touched him. Shepherd has waited for him in 16th. So I believe that's gentlemanly of you, but you did make the mistake for Zumba then in the first place. But nonetheless, they are now 15th and 16th. Quite an eventful race for Shepherd, it would appear. And our pole sitter back down to 15th now. And the only person behind Shepherd and them is Bambrilla in 17th. That's a real shame for them. What just happened there? Have I missed something as well? My goodness, I've just missed Dabrowski. I need to go back on a replay of that, because he was running up with everybody else. I've obviously missed something massive here. In fact, twice he's been pushed wide again there, but don't know. Apologies, Dabrowski is all the way down in 12th. Must have done, he has to have gone off track. Has been some issue a couple of times now. It looks like he got pushed off there once as he dropped back down, but that was once he was battling with Macard already when he'd gone back down. So whether presumably it was an issue with Clont, I'd imagine, or jumped on the 2. He was sitting in 4th, remember. So that's a shame for him. Oh, and I've just seen, yes. He spun it and hit the inside wall. Oh dear. But thank you very much, David, for showing me that on stream. Thank you. I just called that myself, so not right there. But Gerber, right? Let's look at who is still where. So we've got Gerber in first. He's now 1.8 ahead. Pacer can see him though, pretty close. Junt in third. Good job from him. Clont in fourth. Versailles in fifth. We've got a great little battle for sixth, seventh, and eighth, with Joseph now being caught by Minek and Gretsch, which is looking like the one very tempting one that we could get something out of here. Let's have another look. What's going on? Yeah, let's stick with this one for a little bit, shall we? Unless the lead is going to happen. So, Minek right on the tail of Joseph, and he's now in such an awkward position where you want to attack in front. You really want to go after that place, particularly he's in a championship battle. He knows his title rival Schroden is already out of this race. Seventh is points gain. Do not crash into somebody. Do not take a massive gamble. Do not go for it. You've got somebody behind. But having said that, he looks out to go in through there. That's not going to happen. So that's such a high-speed corner. But if he sticks, he's looking in every single place into that chicane there. Could have happened, but not close enough. If you stick close enough through this whole first straight now, and you might have a chance. But it looked quite far behind, actually. He didn't have a great... Because he tried to make a move into that chicane, it's meant he's actually lost out and isn't close enough. So, if anything, he's under the clutches of Gretsch there. So, to me, that is a bit of a rookie error. He's running out of laps, maybe. And the guys ahead are now, top five, a little bit further away. But still, sixth place would be, or well, seventh for the moment. But potentially he's after that sixth place, obviously. But yeah, he does have to really look and be careful. Being in a championship hunt, your mind changes a little bit when you get to this point in the season. Particularly as he's just seen his teammate drop all the way down to 12th as well. That won't have gone down well at headquarters, no doubt. But they are still both running, so that's a good sign for the team. And looking at the moment, you're going to be very unlucky if you finish this race and don't score points. Which at the moment, the two unlucky ones look like the Shepherd and Brumbrilla, although Shepherd may be able to get past Thomas, if he avoids any penalties from this whole debacle, he might well get himself some points. Let's forget, we've got Gerber running away at the front. We're on 10 laps in, and he's doing a great job. He got a place forward through, he's gained 2 places, and he's got himself up there. He's got 1.7 seconds, which is pretty stable to Peso. It did come down a bit, but nonetheless, there's no need to risk it that much. You can lose a tenth or 2 every lap. Not bothered. 3 laps to go. Easy job if you can keep that on the road and keep it going at a decent pace. Junt 3 seconds back, further than everybody, the top 2 there. You got Clont, who's trying to chase him down, but has about a second behind Junt there. Versailles and Minek and Joseph have now changed their positions, so we now get Minek jumping through past into the chicane there, past Joseph, but Gretsch didn't manage to follow him through. Although it looks like he will try and get him into turn 1 with with what's going on here. He's right on his tail as well. Minek will... It looks like he should have that done now, so let's see if Gretsch does pull out. It doesn't look like he's going to, though. No, he sticks with it, because Joseph was trying to have a look back at Minek, but that wasn't happening. Yeah, well done though, Minek. Let's see if he's got any pace to jump further forwards in the next couple of laps and chase down Versailles and see if he can get himself a top 5, maybe. Although that would be almost a 3-second gain, which even for him would be impressive. Gretsch, though, made a little bit of an error there going on the inside of the track. In fact, a couple of wheels onto the grass has slowed him down and dropped a little bit back from Joseph, but should easily be able to catch that back up again. Further up, we've still got a 1.8 second lead. We've got Junt, we've got Clont, Versailles, Minek, Joseph, Gretsch, Koenig. Well done to him. He's up to 9th, actually. He started way back down, I think. Matthew Klipp in 10th, McCartan 11th, Dabrowski in 12th, Galak in 13th. That's the one remaining Schroden team there. Which actually just went off the track slightly, but he's come back on his fight. Metcalf in 14th. Thomas is still going in 15th, what was our pole sitter, keeping Shepherd at bay. And we've got Brillo still going round, 52 seconds down, but he's still there. So good on him. Plucky. He might yet get a point out of it if a couple of people come together. Who knows? So still going through the chicane at the front to complete another lap is Gerber. Let's see if that has come down at all. It looks quite stable still, maybe at about 1.8. Hello to Bruno, who's joined us on the stream. Unfortunate for you today. DNF'd 7 laps in. Hello. Thank you for joining us eventually. Although, unfortunately for you, I'm afraid you probably wouldn't want to be joining us at this time. 1.9 seconds the lead is. So it's looking pretty stable at 2 seconds with what is only a lap to go. We shall now... Let's see. what else has happened. So Junt is actually coming under a little bit of pressure from Clont, but should be pretty stable with the time left in 4th and 5th. Meinek is catching Versailles, but nowhere near quick enough. I missed Gretsch going past Joseph. Apologies, everybody. He did get that place. So Gretsch is now 7th. Joseph in 8th. Don't know whether David will manage to have caught that for me on camera, but maybe not. Koenig in 9th, and Dabrowski rounds out your top 10, who has now managed to spin away past Clip. Seems to have dropped down a little bit there. He dropped down from 10th to 12th. That's lost about 6 seconds. That says to me a spin, maybe. Something on the lines there. He is right behind McCard, though. Could be wrong. But again, I missed that, unfortunately. There's a lot going on. It's very hard to keep up with all these guys. But we've got a 2-second lead at the front, and we should probably pay attention to that, because we are getting close to the end now. Yes. In fact, very close to the end. Let's have a gander at everyone else. What's happening going on? We've got Gerber there, he's 12 laps in already, so we are on the final lap. Well, yes, we are, that's it. Oh, dear God. Patrick Gerber wins with Paisler, then Junt behind. Sorry, everybody, I missed it slightly. He won by 1.4 seconds. Junt comes home 3rd, Clont in 4th, Versailles in 5th, Meinek in 6th, Gretsch in 7th. They're all coming across now. We've got Joseph in 8th, Koenig in 9th. We shall await Dabrowski. There he is. We shall now look for McCard, who's going to come across the line in 11th. There he is. Matthew Clip follows him across in 12th. We shall wait for the last few point scorers. Galek is looking like he's going to come across and score. Good on him in that lovely card there. And Brett Metcalf is our final point score. Oh, no, he's not. He's 14th. We have got a final point score, and that's looking like it's going to be Thomas. Yes, he is going to come across. He's managed to get through the chicane. I don't know what's happened. Shepard has dropped behind Van Brillo as well. That's Thomas and Shepard must have come together again there to lose about 10 seconds to Van Brillo in a lap. Yeah, something else has happened there. But nonetheless, Thomas is the final point scorer. So fantastic work there by Patrick Gerber. Congratulations on the win there, and he is overjoyed as in the game chat. So very well done to him. Awesome drive, really. Got the job done. Just stayed out in front. 2-second gap, not a problem. Everyone else behind him had issues and crash into each other and problems. The top 5 guys didn't quite make their way through. So Paisler, very well done, 2nd as well. Great little result there for him and that team. Junt, Red Arrow, did very well there. Experienced guy, burnouts at the moment. Well done in 3rd. Clont as well, chased down in 4th. Very well done for him. Versailles, Meinek, Gretsch and Joseph had quite eventful times. Yes, I've just been shown on stream what has just happened. So Shepard actually in the final lap seems to have clipped the back of he clipped the back of Thomas, and they both did a lovely power slide. Actually, it's almost ballet. The fact that they both spun exactly in the same manner all the way across into the gravel trap, and then Shepard managed to stay behind because he's quite a gentleman, as he's done a couple of times there. Yeah, quite an eventful race there, Chris, must be said. But hey, give me something to talk about. So that's nice. So everybody, that was Formula Challenge. Well, part of Formula Challenge. So before I get into maybe a couple of driver interviews, if there is anyone around who wants to come and say hello, that's fine. If there isn't, of course, we have got a race in 2 weeks' time. We're back again on the Tuesday for the Formula Challenge. You want to see these guys again. If, however, you want some more racing action before that, we've got you covered. So tomorrow night we have got the Super Cup, which is the next stage up from this. That's 2 races there as well, a sprint and a more feature race. You can catch that on this channel or the Sim News channel as well. And then on Thursday, we've also got more action for you with the top tier here, the Super League, the incredibleness that is the Super League, where we've got basically something that mirrors the real Formula One. And those guys have the creme de la creme, should we say, of the drivers at GPVWC. So make sure you see them on Thursday. After that, week after, you can catch ITC, which is our International Touring Car Championship here. You can make sure you can catch that again, broadcast on this channel. Make sure you do subscribe if you haven't already, and you won't miss any of this sort of stuff. I have got a couple of guys wanting to come in though. Hey, shall we speak to our yeah, tell you what, let's do it in order. So we've got 2 race winners. We didn't see race 1, but we shall grab Meinek in anyway, who won the race.
cameraman.
Sorry to grab you in the middle of a chat there, but thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, the stream wasn't live for race 1, but you did win it. But we did see race 2. So qualifying obviously went rather well as well, managing to get points out of pole out of that and winning race 1, and not too bad to drive in race 2 after quite a large reverse grid. So overall, and Roy being out as well, overall a good event for you.
Yeah, I only wish that Roy Verzai will be worse in defending so I can gain more, but apart from that, I can't really tell anything bad about this weekend.
Do you always have one look now at the championship? Is that you got an eye on the end of the stage?
Yes, now with 2 DNFs for Roy, I'm really looking for that championship.
It's not surprising. It looks like I'd say it was in your grasp at this stage if you can keep up the results that you have been pulling in. Any tracks that you particularly like coming up?
I don't think so. Maybe Brazil.
You don't like any of them? Brazil, right? Okay, fair enough. But yeah, well, you might well like that one. Yeah, that's coming up soon. Anything you'd have changed from today? Anything different?
And to what to change?
Well, would you have wanted anything differently today? Anything you'd think, I wish I'd done that?
Maybe one less mistake in the chicane in race 2, but apart from that, everything went fine.
Fantastic. That means you'll sleep well tonight, won't you? Brilliant stuff. So congratulations again on your win there and results in second race as well. And we shall see you in a couple of weeks' time where you might get a little bit closer to that championship. Who knows? Thank you for joining us. Should we talk to another race winner, guys? We've got a second race winner here. We have got Mr. Patrick Gerber. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
He's just overjoyed that he forgot to turn his mic on. Congratulations. A race win, second race. How did it go for you? Oh, have I lost him? Oh, I'm talking to myself again. That's a shame. Oh,
do you hear me?
I do now. Hello.
It's not working. It was a long one. This was a really long race for me. I had a good start. I already passed my teammate to the first turn. Then I passed Thomas for P2, and I had to pass Flop, I think it was. On the second lap, and from that point I was building a gap. Fortunately, I built over, I think, around 5 seconds. I went off the track from Dignet 2. I said, no, that was a close one. But yeah, when Bastian was gaining on me, I established the pace, and it finished around 2 seconds on the finish line. So yeah.
You must be overjoyed, really. You just seem to control that race quite well to keep the pace. Just keep that little bit ahead. You were never like pulling massively away, but race 1 didn't go quite as well for you. 12th place. Happy enough with it, or you think you could have done better there as well? No? Hello?
No, that's not working. So from the second race, it was better because I made a lot of overtaking from P24 to P12. So yeah, that was a very enjoyable race.
Well, that's your first win at GPVWC, is it not?
This. But so, after Sochi, I already knew that it might happen one day after my pole and good pace in Sochi. So I had to wait for quite a long time. It happened.
Worth the wait, though, I'm sure. Many celebrations to be had tonight in Japan, then, for you, eh? Lots of sake.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations, though. And you may now go off and celebrate, enjoy yourself, but just make sure you come back in 2 weeks' time and show us once again. Yeah?
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great work. And we got another one. We got David Junt in the building as well. Junty. So, well, quite an eventful time for you, I think, really. But equally, you've got a good standing in that you've got the team involved here as well. But from a driver's point of view, personal point of view, good weekend?
A lot more than I was expecting. I had like the same scenario before every race. It feels like there's no grip. I feel like driving on ice, and everyone's putting in some laps in, and I look like 1.5 seconds faster each time. And I'm left wondering if my game is being buggy or if I'm just really, really bad at it. But come qualifying, and thanks to Chris, because I think he had a much better idea than me at it, he got it working in a right direction, so not just one red arrow car was up there, and I managed to qualify in I think it was after the penalties P7 or something, which then quickly turned into P6 at the start. And for most of the part, I just wanted to like follow, and came a bit undone when Chris decided that Johan needed to have like a carousel round. So I had to avoid it, go to the grass, and then I was stuck behind Roy the race, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, he looked like he told me he was saving tires in the end to have a chance in the end and keep them fresh, but it felt like he was smoking them and sometimes locking the brakes. And I was like sitting behind thinking everyone's going away and we just can't keep up with them. And then sadly, when he made a mistake out of take note 2, I thought I was going like to his right side and try to break his flow a bit and then like hang back. We entered the kink before the hairpin, and I had to amend my line, and we got too close to him. Tried to avoid him, then I tried to avoid myself, failing, and then I couldn't avoid him, and I spun him as well. So I didn't even mean to really attack there, to be honest, because I know I was behind, but somehow I ended spinning us like both, and he lost the place to his teammates. So I'm really sorry that it happened, but in the end I was still happy with P7 because points are important for me. And you could say the incident maybe helped me in race 2 with a bit higher grid slot.
That's always the silver lining with Formula Challenge. You get a better grid slot in race 2. I suppose, and that went really well for you, getting yourself onto the podium.
It did. Probably. I was not expecting really to be close at the front, even though in R2 I always feel like the grip is coming back to me and I can race them. But P3 is probably better than expected, even though it's one of my like favorite events in Japanese track. But yeah, I take it gladly, and I'm really happy I could help the team with some more points since Chris had some issues and failed to score. So it's looking really good. I can keep it up, getting a bit closer to Roy, trying to get the gap big again to Chris Shepard in the end. So let's see where it takes us and where it takes the team as a whole.
Well, yeah. Do you see? Are you after? Is second place what you're looking at now, or are you trying to take down Minek as well?
I'm not that fast. If I see like in qualifying 1 second, I'm nearly at my limit right now to get it on the track. Maybe if something happens to Roy, maybe like teasingly trying to get close and make him worry about me. But to be honest, I was worrying more about Chris before this event and because of the grip issues. So I'm once more trying to hold third in the championship until the end of the season.
So there you have it, guys. The trick, apparently, to being fast like David Junt is to practice on ice. Who knew? So let's see if we can do that next time out. Thank you very much, though, David. We shall speak to you and hopefully see you around in 2 weeks' time as well. We have got one last person that's come on in, though, Mr. Menno Klont. Hello, Menno. You might have to turn your microphone on, though. Please turn it on. Menno! He drove so well. And he joined us in the booth. Hey, he is here.
Sorry, bit delay. Sorry. Hey.
Can you hear us from all the way over there? Yes, Menno.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Brilliant. So actually, a pretty good race weekend for you, really. You know, some good points scored and some exciting racing as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty amazed, with what I did today. I think overall the last rounds were not mine, and I was really struggling the previous days to get speed in, and I was really frustrated. And I just thought I need to give it all and just try to do something with the tires, like keep them alive. And yeah, I got P6 in race 1, and that was amazing for me. I had a last lap overtake on Bruno, and unfortunately Bruno hit my left rear, and he was off. Yeah, that was a bit sad, but yeah, I thought it was a decent move from my end. So I was happy with P6, and I thought like race 2 will be a bonus, but yeah, that car in race 2 was amazing. I didn't expect it, like with all those days of testing. But in race 2 it came together, and yeah, I felt so good and so quick that I think like of course it's easy to say. I think if I had like more track positions, like top 3 start, I might have won it. The car felt really great, and yeah, actually a bit of shame I didn't get a podium, but of course the top 3 are really talented and skilled as well. But I'm happy with P4 and very good points. I really want that P5 in the championship, and yeah, that will be very difficult. But yeah, for now I think I'm hanging on.
I think you've done better than hanging on. You definitely had the pace there, and yeah, you were chasing down that podium in race 2 to add to your already podiums and victories this year. So you race 2 seems to be it was a race 2 you won previously, wasn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah. I won in Hungary. Yeah.
That's the one. Thank you. Yes, I'm not going mad, people. I'm all right. So well done, Menno. Sixth and a fourth. Brilliant results, really. Some serious points scored. You might actually be one of the highest scorers, maybe from the weekend. Minek maybe got more, but other than that, I think you were pretty much one of the highest scorers from this event. So great work from you, and some pace to show with it as well. Gave us some great action as well, particularly during race 2 there. So thank you very much for all your work and talents, and you can go off and celebrate now. Enjoy yourself for a couple of weeks, or just sit on the pit wall on Thursday, presumably.
Of course.
But other than that, enjoy your time, and thank you very much.
Thanks.
I think that's everybody we've got this time. We don't need anyone else. That's brilliant. Well done, everybody. So that was Suzuka Formula Challenge Race 2. There was a Race 1, but I promise you it did happen, and there was some great results from it as well. Thank you to everybody who's come and joined me on stream, and everyone who's chatted to us on the YouTube channel. It's great to have you on board, even at last minute. Thank you again to Mr. David Franchik for the beautiful cameras and all the crazy action that you managed to see. It's all thanks to him. I'm just merely the puppeteer that tells you what on earth he's doing. Next time out, we've got Super Cup tomorrow. Don't forget, same time. Well, not same time. 8 o'clock actually. We'll be on live proper as normal. We get both races from that one, and then you get the Super Cup. Super League even on Thursday, where you can see all the top drivers driving crazily fast machines around this gorgeous Suzuka circuit. This has been GPWC. I've been Mike Pittman, and this has been great. See you all next time. Thank you.